guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. So I'm super excited for today's video. We're going to be doing a haul. Not often I combine lots of products in a video and do a haul like this, but I've got lots from the same brand, so I thought it could be a lot of fun. So I've picked up all of this from Pat McGrath. So if there's a couple of things that get me buying makeup, it's things being reduced in the sale because I love a bargain, and it's Pat McGrath. So when the two things were combined, the stars kind of aligned really. I had to do it, guys, sorry. So I've got lots to show you. I've picked up the new quad and a couple of the blush sticks, so they're the new things in here, but I've picked up a lot of older products as well. Some lip products, eyeshadow palettes, a cheek palette. I've got all sorts in this box to show you. So I'm going to show you some of the things, and then we're going to create a look with the new quad. What's its name? It's called Passion Fleur. So we're going to be doing a look with that. So if that all sounds good to you, let's just jump straight into the video. Okay, I'm really excited to show you the haul. Just one thing to say, it's like about 100 degrees in this beauty room. It's the top of the building. I've got a 3-story house, little box room that really attracts the heat, and I've got all the beauty lights on. So I'm probably going to melt a little bit in this video. So if I look a bit more glowy, shall we say, than usual, that will be why. So I'm going to dive into this box. I'm going to show you the things that I've got, and then, as I say, we'll create a look with some of them. I'm not going to be able to put all of them on my face and eyes because there's so much. So I'm going to start with, I did a couple of hauls, so I'm going to start with the first one. So I've got the Celestial Nirvana eyeshadow palette in Bronze Bliss here. So that's what that one looks like. Very neutral for me, but I thought it'd be great for travel, for those like basics, because when I go on holiday I don't do anything too complicated. I'm about to go on a trip, so I thought this would be great to take with me. This came out in their holiday release of 2022, of course. Also picked up Nude Allure, which was the other one that came out at the same time. This one's got a lot more of those mauvey kind of tones. Honestly, I think they're both so pretty for like simple eye looks. You've got everything you need. You've got the shimmers and the mattes that you need to create a cohesive eye look. And these were 50% off, so what's not to love? I also got the Divine Blush and Glow Trio in Amber Allure. This one's the darker one of the two of these that they came out with at Christmas, but I think I can make it work. And I do like a pigmented blush. The other one was sold out. So in this one you've got Love Struck and Paradise Venus, the two blushes, and then you've got Venus Nectar as the highlight, which I don't actually own that one. I do own these two, but I just thought, again, perfect for travel because you've got 3 of them in a nice small cardboardy packaging, so didn't want to take my bigger compacts with me. I also bought a Star Wars mascara, not because it's Star Wars in particular, it's just because I'm running out of mascara, and this again was 50% off, and I've heard good things about her Dark Star mascara, so it's beautiful packaging actually. It's quite heavy and yeah, it's gorgeous. Because I bought all those things, I got a free lip gloss as well. So if you've been here before, you know I'm not particularly a lip gloss girl. Wouldn't have bought this for myself, but never mind having a freebie, so it's quite exciting. So this is the shade of the lip gloss. It's called Secret Lover, so it's pink and it's got a little bit of sparkle throughout it. And then I've got a ton of other lip products as well, so I've never really tried her lip products. So I've got this Crimson Couture lip kit. So this has got a lipstick and a lip liner. The packaging's always so nice. I never can throw away the packaging from Pat McGrath. It's going to take up loads of space. So in here we have one of her lip liners in Bloodlust. Kind of like that blood red, so I think that's going to be perfect for me. I love that kind of shade. And the lipstick's in the shade Elson 3. Oh my goodness, this is such beautiful packaging. The only thing I was disappointed with is it hasn't got that magnetic kind of, you know, where it pulls it back in. It's just like you've just got to push it, which I thought for an expensive lipstick, so I think this should have been really pricey. Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment really, but the shade is stunning. As I say, it's like that blood red. I love a red lipstick. Also got this MatteTrance lipstick, which is another red, but it's a different tone of red. This one's called Rouge 8, and the packaging for that one's stunning with the lips on it. This one, I don't know if you can see the bullet, just all of the pattern on it, but it's really, really beautiful. And I've got a Blitz Trance. This is in the shade Flesh Fatale. This one's so pretty. That's the packaging for this one. I just think it's so cute. And this one has got the magnetic container that I like, and it's got all sparkles throughout it. It's like that bronzy kind of shade. Super, super pretty. It's quite sheer and lightweight on the lips. I did try this one. And then I've got this one. It's a Luxe Trance in the shade She's So Deep. I love that it's got that packaging, you know, that you get on the Mothership palettes. Definitely keeping the packaging for this one. This is the bullet, just a classic bullet with the lips on it. The shade is super dark, like that chocolate brown colour. Love this sort of shade for winter. Then the final lip product I got is this one. It's another MatteTrance, and this is in the shade Omi. And that one's like that rose nude kind of shade. So I think that's the one I'm going to wear today because it will pair very well with the eyeshadow quad that I'm going to show you in a moment. So I picked up 2 of the new blush sticks. I got Divine Rose and I got Peach Lotus. As a lot of people have said, the component for this is really plasticky and cheap for such a high-end brand, but the shade looks gorgeous. I think that's the one we're going to use today. That's the Divine Rose shade. I also picked up Peach Lotus because I think that's more of my kind of shade as well. I love a peachy blush. These were pretty expensive. They were £27, but there were codes to get 10% off. And then last but not least, I've got the new Luxe Eye Quad, and this is in the shade Passion Fleur. This is beautifully packaged in that really luxe packaging that she does, and pink as well, which is beautiful, and that's the shade. So that's what we're going to be playing with today. So I've primed my eyes using the MAC Soft Ochre Paintpot, so I can let that kind of settle, and I'm going to go in with the blush. So I'm going to use the Divine Rose shade, and I think for these sort of products they work best if you put them onto a brush and then stick them onto your cheeks. So that's what I'm going to do. But I think you could apply it with your fingers, you could put it straight from the bullet onto your cheeks. I just think you've got more control if you do it with a brush. That's super, super glowy. Don't think I'm going to use any highlight today. I think that's going to give me all the shine I need. It's a lovely muted kind of pink colour. And I feel like you couldn't go too far wrong, like you can blend it easily into the skin. Like I've got a little bit low there, but it's so blendable, and I've actually already powdered, so I'm putting this over powder. So I think this is going to be another great product for travel, because cream products are ideal, I think, because I don't often wear foundation when I travel, and so I just want something that's going to sit nice and sort of melt into your cheeks, as it were. So yeah, I think that's a really, really pretty. It's glowy and it's really gorgeous. So I think the peach shade's probably more my jam, but because we're going to be doing a mauvey eye look, I thought the pinky shade would work out better, or the rose shade. But yeah, I've put quite a few layers on because I like a lot of blush, and it's easy to blend. Doesn't feel sticky either. I thought it would feel sticky, but it doesn't. So yeah, good first impressions for that. Alright, going in with this quad. We've only got one matte, but the great thing about Pat McGrath's mattes is that you can sort of make them become more than one colour, like depending on how opaque you apply them and how much you shear them out. So I'm not worried about that. But I want to do kind of a halo eye, I think, and I'm going to be sticking mainly to these 2 colours, and might put one of the other colours on the lower lash line. I think that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to start with the Singe Beauty E05 and the matte shade. I'm going to start in the inner part of my eye first. I'm just packing that down in this inner corner and also this outer corner. And I'm not blending at all at the moment, we're just getting the maximum opacity from this shade. I like to go in always with my deepest shade pretty much, so I'm treating it like the first application will be the deepest shade, and then we're going to do a wash of this colour to blend it out, to kind of make it look as if we've got 2 shades going on. But that's really pigmented. Get that a little bit higher up and towards my nose. Actually want to make a cohesive look today. I'm going to go out holiday shopping after this, so don't want anything too crazy going on. Just going to take a little bit of that shade onto the edge of the lower lash line just to meet up with the outer corner. Love the tones of this shadow though. It'd be nice to see something from Pat McGrath that wasn't pink now and again, but she does do pink so well. Now I'm going to work on the edges of this with a bigger brush. So this one is the EO2 from Singe. Just want to just diffuse the edges out without losing the pigment and the colour that we've laid down on the lid. I just realised I haven't taken that shadow in the inner part, which I need to do. Okay, now I'm going to take the big fluffy brush from the Singe set and take the colour through the crease. So I've only picked up the very lightest touch of this. Very lightest wash. It's such a pigmented shadow though. It looks a bit more than I thought it would, but I've literally dipped to the pan and now we're using that just to blend through the crease. Sometimes I don't join up my halo eyes like this, but I decided I would today. Taking quite a bit of time to blend, which I don't normally do that either, but if you don't want this shadow to run away with you, just tap off your brush and apply really lightly to start with, because yeah, it's a very pigmented shade, but very blendable as well, as you can see. This is what I love about Pat McGrath shadows. They're in a different class somehow to a lot of other mattes. They're a totally different kind of formula. Just going to blend now on this outer corner. Okay, I think that's everything for the matte. Now I'm tempted to just use this shade in the centre, but I want to try it as much as I can. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that one nearer to the matte, and then that one just as a pop right in the centre and in the inner corner. We won't use that one today, I think. So I'm going to use the IntesifEYES wand. I'm taking that slightly up into my crease as well, because for a halo eye in particular you want that like a real balm of like intensity in the centre, so the more eye space you've got to make that happen, the better it works, I think. So I'm going to go in with this shade first. Quite a copperiness to that shade. I only want a tiny bit of that just inner and outer. I'm kind of going to use that shade to help me bridge the gap between the matte and the shimmer. And then I'm going to flip the brush over and go into the lighter shade. And that's going all the way through the centre of the lid. That shimmer is so stunning. So reflective and pretty. Just going to take the same shimmer and put that in the centre of the lower lash line. I haven't bothered with the deeper shimmer there because I haven't got as much space really. Okay, so that's the look to this point, super simple. So I'm just going to pop off camera now just to put something in my waterline, mascara, and to apply this lip as well. And I'll be back with you to show you the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look and I really like how it's turned out. It's not the kind of makeup I do too often because I do love dabbling in colour and drama and pairing different shades to one another and just the creativity of it. But palettes like this or quads like this are perfect if you're in a hurry. And I'm going to be going back to work 2 days a week soon. I've been working from home since the pandemic and only popping in the office once a week and not always every week. But I'm going to be mandatory going in for 2 days a week. So something like this is perfect because you've got a quad of colours that all are cohesive and go together, and the formula is really good and easy to use. I love that plummy mauvey matte. It's just gorgeous. I love the way that you can create quite a lot of drama with it, but as I say, you can blend it out to make kind of like it looks like you've got 1 or 2 shades of a gradient going on. That's the sign of a really good matte to me. Haven't used that shimmer yet, the more sort of pewtery bronzy kind of shade, but that coppery pink shade is pretty. Need to make that more of a focus of the look really, but I used it only in small amounts. Love this one that's on the lid. I think that's so pretty. So just a couple of comparisons then, because I wasn't sure if this was going to be too similar to others that I own. So I own this one, which is the Eternal Eden. As you can see, it's not the same tones at all. This one's a lot more paler in tone but got a deeper matte shade. This one's a lot more pink leaning. I also own Voyeuristic Vixen, which is this one, which is the most special of the three. Like the new one just doesn't have those formulas that are like super sparkly. So there's no Rose Fire Nectar like there is in this shade. And also the size of the pans, look how much smaller they are. So we're paying the same and we're getting less product, I think. Definitely smaller, but not a problem for me. I've got a lot in my collection. The Voyeuristic Vixen, by the way, is made in Italy. And the Passion Fleur is made in the USA. And I think the ones from Italy just tend to have the more special formula. And then the blush stick. I only used it once, of course. I need to play around with it a bit more, but it's so easy to apply. I'm always a bit scared of cream products and how well they're going to like move over the skin and blend, because the last thing you want is like just a streak of colour that you can't blend out, but that's not the case with these. They're quite a gel formula, really easy to blend. And if you're a little bit afraid of going overboard, you really can't do that, because you saw I added more and more and it just sheared out more and more. So it's still quite subtle. It's subtle for me. I like quite a banging blush, to be honest. This wouldn't be the one I'd reach for that often, but I think for holiday or for work, it's subtle and it's pretty. So I like the formula. Don't like the packaging. I think they could have done a lot better with the packaging and just made it a lot more luxe. I mean, it's beautiful to look at, but it's just the cheapest. It's like drugstore quality packaging, honestly, which is not what we've come to expect from Pat McGrath. But for Pat McGrath, £27, and then you can get codes to get money off. It's one of her cheaper products in her line, so I suppose she's making it accessible to everybody. I would have just liked to see a bit more heavy plastic like you've got in the lipsticks, because I just think they feel a lot more quality. So that'll wrap up my thoughts. As I say, the Passion Fleur quad, I really enjoyed playing with it. I think if you're looking for a quad that is these kind of tones, that's just really a nice formula that's easy to apply, effortless, you don't have to think too much about what your look's going to be, but you still can play around and get a couple of looks out of, and you want it in a really nice formula, in nice packaging, then I don't think you can go too far wrong with it. So that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Just something to say just at the end, if you're here from my video that was a collaboration with Angelica Neewer, hi and welcome. I've been overwhelmed with so many new viewers coming to see me, and I'm not used to seeing all these different names. I'm sure I'll get to know you all. I very much like to create a personal connection with my subscribers, so I'm trying my best to answer all of your comments and answer them in an individual way as well. So please bear with me, I'm catching up, trying to answer them as quickly as I can. But it's so lovely to have some new people, and a lot of you have said that you're my kind of age as well, and I'm happy to inspire you to wear whatever makeup that you want, whether it might be the kind of look that I'm wearing now, or it might be something a lot more out there and colourful like I was wearing in the palette bingo video that I did. I do everything on my channel, and I like to wear everything, and I like lots of different brands, so you'll see lots of content from me. But I am off on my holidays, so vacation if you're in the US. I know you always call it vacation though, it's always holidays here. But I go on Sunday and I'm going for 2 weeks off, nothing pre-filmed, so there's going to be quite a big gap, probably a 3-week gap from me. But I'm not disappearing, I'll definitely be back. I've got loads of new palettes that I want to film with, just a case of having the time to sit down and film. But yeah, I'll be back very soon. So as I say, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.